Hi everyone, I am Sneha, co-founder and CEO DevCompass, and I'm a little extra happy today because this is the last video of stage 4. This was a lengthy one, 13 videos, so many walkthroughs, so many assignments, so many quiz questions. So absolutely proud of you guys for making this far in the course. In this video, we're going to talk about batch processing and how do we proceed about it, how we looked into multi-instance review, but this time we're talking about that we want to scale at a certain stage. It's not one ticket at a time, but like thousands. So how do we do about that, and how batch processing can help? This also comes in domain 4. A lot of scenario testing would happen. So every API call that we have made in this course has been real time. You send a request, you wait for the response, and you process it, and you continue that. That's the right model for anything that needs to respond to a user in the moment. But for workloads that don't need an immediate response, nightly processing, bulk extraction, offline analysis, real time is really expensive and slow. So the batch API is built for exactly these kind of workloads, and this video is about when to use it, when not to, and what decision turns to, because we know that the exam is going to test us on scenario based questions. So let's see. The decision comes down to axis. The horizontal axis is volume, low to high. The vertical axis is urgency. Response needed now on one end can wait hours on the other. Top left quadrant, low volume, needs a response now, one ticket, user waiting, real-time API. Top right quadrant, high volume, needs a response now, many users all waiting, real-time API, parallel requests. Bottom left quadrant, low volume, can wait, small batch, no rush, either works real time or batch, your choice. Bottom right quadrant, high volume, can wait, nightly processing, thousands of tickets, batch API. This is the primary use case, okay? Now look at also the edge case at the bottom of the screen. Tight SLA, check actual batch competition time for your volume before assuming the 24-hour window is safe. The batch API processes within up to 24 hours, but your nightly audit job might need to complete in 2 hours. So batch processing window might still be fine or might not, depending on the actual processing time for your volume. When the SLA is tight against that window, validate before committing. Now, let me take you through the batch API mechanics. Again, we will divide it in steps. First, submit batch. You construct a batch request, a list of items, each with unique ID and the message payload. You call client.batches.create with the request list. You get back a batch object with the batch ID, and the label on this is literally returns batch ID. Step 2 is wait. The batch processes asynchronously. You don't hold a connection open. The pipeline can do other things or schedule a check for later. The processing window is up to 24 hours. Step 3 is check status. You poll the status endpoint with your batch ID. Client.batches.retrieve.batch ID. Status comes back as in progress or ended. When it's ended, the results are ready. Step 4 is retrieve results and process. Download the result. Each result maps back to your unique ID, which is the key practical point I want you to take from this slide. Use your internal ticket ID as the batch request ID. Then the results file is directly joinable with your data. You don't need a separate mapping table. Results join directly to the source records. Say this to yourself when you're building batch pipelines. My record ID is my batch request ID. Repeat, my record ID is my batch request ID. Okay, that was a little dramatic, but I want you to remember it, and repetition is the way to go. Now, that is a lot of diagram. and a lot of elements on screen, but I'm sure that everyone who has been following along from stage 0, you know this diagram really well. This diagram has been growing with us. I will walk through what's been added on top of stages 1, 2 and 3, and we've seen this in the end of all of the videos for the last stages. Stages 1 through 3 appear first, which are the base layers: single agent, hooks, MCP, coordinator, sub-agent, task, tool connections. These appear quickly as a recall, and you've built this picture across 3 stages, but now there's a stage 4 addition. First addition, the developer workstation box. Top left of the diagram, connected to the code base with a dashed line, is a separate workflow from the production agent, and it says developer Claude code. This represents the team working on the code base with the configuration that you set up in videos 1 through 6. The dashed line distinguishes it from the production agent flow. It's a development tool sitting alongside the system, not inside it. The second addition is the ticket extraction pipeline. This connects to the support ticket flow. Inside the box is a tool use, a validation, a retry, a multi-instance review, a batch output. That's the full pipeline that you've built across videos 7 through 12 in this particular stage. It feeds into the batch output, which connects down to the nightly audit path, which we are discussing here in this video. Third addition is the continuous integration pipeline step box connected to the developer workflow. The label says CI pipeline. Inside it says Claude-P, which is the print mode, JSON output, PR comment. Please recall all of this that we are talking about. If not, please go back to the other videos and it would be quick. Video 6, CI anatomy, and that's all. Now, stage 4 is complete. There's Claude code, there's structured extraction, there's continuous integration, there's prompt engineering, and this entire diagram is a visual for the capstone for stage 4 and also the foundation for the last stage of the course, which is stage 5 and the reliability layer. Okay, let's do a quick summary. Real-time user needs a response now. Batch async, high value, no immediate deadline. Tight SLA against a 24-hour window, so validate actual completion time before committing. Third, use your record IDs as batch request ID so that the results are directly joinable. That was it for stage 4. 13 videos, huge win. You started with a Claude code orientation, what it is, how it differs from the API, when to use which. You configured it for a team with Claude.md. You discussed path-specific rules, skills, context fork. You learned the 6 built-in tools and which to reach for when. You learned planned mode, direct execution, 3 refinement techniques. Then you ran Claude code in continuous integration, non-interactive mode, structured JSON output. You close literally the remaining domain 2 gap with tool choice and scoped access, and then you moved on to prompt engineering toolkit, specific categorical instructions that replace vague ones, targeted few short examples for hard cases, tool used for schema enforced structured extraction, validation and retry, so retryable versus non-retryable, specific feedback versus generic retry, multi-instance review, independent perspective, no shared blind spots, and finally batch processing, which is matching the API to the job. The stage 4 capstone walkthrough builds the complete ticket extraction pipeline. Few short examples to validated schema, to retry logic, to multi-instance review, to CI step, and so on. So I really request you that do all the walkthroughs before stage 5. When you come back after a nice break, getting coffee and revising all these concepts, stage 5 is going to be the final content stage. the specific predictable ways these system failures happen under real production conditions, and literally the systems that you've built across 4 stages get stress tested. So be ready for some stress and stress testing. That was bad. But I will see you in stage 5. Till then, please be well rested, please hydrate yourself, and yeah, just do your assignments on time.